The purpose of the campaign is to support the mission of the university. The university's mission, as we see it in the broadest sense, is to create and communicate knowledge through an extraordinary level and quality of research and teaching and the engagement of young people who have extraordinary promise. Our objective is to provide a place where they can come and do their very best work in the process of becoming the very best versions of themselves. And we do that in the context of an institution that is historically and today deeply committed to the traditions and values of the Catholic Church and the Society of Jesus. Even though we're a very diverse community, we have this institutional foundation in a tradition that is rooted in one of the oldest and most distinguished traditions of learning that the world has ever known. More practically speaking, this mission is very expensive. Being excellent in higher education is an expensive proposition, and great universities are absolutely dependent upon philanthropy to achieve the fullest and best versions of themselves and the fullest version of their missions. So what we're trying to do is raise $1.5 billion, and in fact we're more than halfway there, but $1.5 billion that will allow us to sustain and accelerate the long trajectory of progress towards institutional distinction that has characterized Georgetown in most of our lifetimes. And what I mean something very particular by that. The sustain part is about increasing and making more reliable direct donor support for the existing commitments and capacities of the university that have allowed us to get where we are today. The best example of this is probably Meet Full Need Financial Aid, which both serves our mission of admitting the very best students without regard to limitations of finance, and it also keeps us much more competitive than we would otherwise be because we can enroll the very best students. The accelerating part is about making new or expanded investments in areas of growth for the university that will help to further distinguish it in the future. So a good example or two of this are we would like to create a full-scale School of Public Policy on the basis of our existing Institute of Public Policy, which is distinguished but small and graduate only. As well, we have a very ambitious plan to create a multi-campus interdisciplinary program in the study of the mind and brain. These are the kinds of investments that are very ambitious, they are expensive. In the current context, they'll require significant direct from donor support, but they're the kinds of things that will allow us to, as I noted, not only sustain but accelerate what has been a long march of progress from Georgetown, from its status of 50 years ago as a distinguished but reasonably small, largely men's, mid-Atlantic men's liberal arts college, to what is today a national research university of global notoriety. Our longer-term ambition is to move from the excellence that we now take for granted to the preeminence that will keep us in the first rank of global universities in the future.